Over the past year and a half, Hypixel Skyblock has been in one of the biggest question mark eras that it's ever been in. It's been kind of on a downturn. You've been seeing people quit, you've been seeing updates not come out. It just hasn't been that much of a blast. But I believe we are in the renaissance of Hypixel Skyblock. I believe that the revival of this game is happening as we speak, and it's pretty darn amazing. So in this video, I want to talk about exactly why Skyblock is going through this great period of updates and just what the future may hold for this game. But before we get to that, I have to pay for food for the month. And that's because this video has a sponsor, Struct. Struct is an app for creating, playing, and sharing 3D games where you can turn your own ideas into a game with no coding skills. Creating a cool game yourself is easy with Struct. You can choose from ready-made templates or start from a blank draft to realize your ideas. The Struct app and the games are completely free to create and play. More than 2 million games have already been created on Struct, and these games range from shooters to RPGs to racing, you name it, Struct probably has it. And these games run really well on your phone. I'm playing Struct Showdown right here, and you're gonna see that I'm whipping out my Valorant God skills. I'm whipping out all the training I've done in Overwatch, and I'm absolutely smoking these guys, and the game is running super crisp. Struct is also improved weekly with updates that are designed based on community feedback. So if you're interested in making and playing some cool games with friends, download Struct with the link in the description. Now let's talk about the revival of Hypixel Skyblock. Going all the way back to when Skyblock came out, it was popular for a reason. For one, this is a very good game. It's a unique Minecraft MMO. It's fun, all right? There's no doubt about it. On release, there was a lot of things for people to do because everything was new, and they were updating semi-consistently with these smaller updates. I remember when the end update was coming out, admins were like apologizing for not getting it out within like 2 weeks of their previous update, which is just absurd when you look at the update timelines nowadays. The minigame came out in June of 2019 and was big off rip, but quarantine definitely bolstered the game because quarantine let people sit inside and do nothing, so people just played Hypixel Skyblock and grinded the crap out of it. The absolute peak of the game came in April of 2021 with the Dante event where a mayor was elected that became a dictator and we had to take him down. I believe the server had over 200,000 people on at one time, and majority of those people were all on Skyblock because this event was just huge. The admins just let the servers burn and crash and lag because they just wanted to see how many people they could get on, and they got a lot. But after this Dante event, the server started going down in player count a little bit. It just started dwindling, and it really hadn't picked up much because they weren't really making that many updates. At least they weren't making updates that people really wanted. In July of 2021, after Dante, we got the Crystal Hollows, which is a great update. I really like it, but it is an expansion to mining, which already requires a bit of progression to get into. So the Crystal Hollows coming out really didn't affect the player count that much. I believe it was a welcome update for a lot of people trying to make money, but it didn't pull in new people because if they aren't doing the Dwarven Mines already, they really can't get into the Crystal Hollows. But after the Crystal Hollows is probably the darkest period in Skyblock history, the wait for the Crimson Isle. In the 9-month period between the Crystal Hollows and Crimson Isle's release, we did get a couple updates. There's no doubt some of them were good. Some of them were bingo. We got bingo, museum, stranded. Nothing that was really substantial was added to the game in this 9-month period, and they really didn't say much about what the Crimson Isle was going to be. They finally started teasing it on Twitter, and they're showing that the island is like as big as every other island in the game combined. It's just this absolutely massive thing, and then on release, it just wasn't it. Crimson Isle is probably one of the most divisive updates because it is kind of good. It's gotten a lot better ever since its release. The Kudra revamp's finally out. The island is complete, but it's very, very hard for people to do. And then once you complete like your reputation quests a couple times, it just gets very repetitive very fast because the island is just one big empty thing full of just nothingness. Early game players can't get into anything except the dojo because all the mobs have so much health, and late game players don't really have a reason to do a lot of the things on the island because these items aren't going to be useful for a while. There needs to be another combat update where we can actually use this infernal armor or the god roll 10/10 attributes on a piece. So the Crimson Isle was 0.13, and I believe that the renaissance of Skyblock started with the next update, which doesn't seem like much on the surface. 0.14 added Shen's Auction. It added the Hex, it added Shen's Auction. It doesn't seem like a huge update. It didn't add new playable content, it just added items and ways to make those items modified a little easier. But there's one humongous, ginormous thing that a lot of people are ignoring from this update, and that is the back-end changes. In the forum post, they say that they have done a refactor of many systems in the game. The goal is to increase the speed at which they can make updates, and boy oh boy, has it done that. Beginning with 0.14, they started saying the future updates that they want to do for Skyblock, and they mention them in no specific order, but they put them in different tiers. Every single update that was in the happening pretty soon tier on the 0.14 update is already out or on the alpha at this point, which is absurd. To put this into perspective, in the span of less than 3 months, so far we have Shen's Auction getting released, we have the Chum update soon after that, we have Skyblock levels, we have the Garden on the alpha right now, we got the End Island QOL last week, we got the Kudra revamp at the same time as that. We're getting a lot of stuff, and this is in the span of less than 3 months, as I mentioned. It's currently November 7th when I'm recording. The Shen's update came out on August 19th. The stuff they're putting out isn't the most major updates, but it's definitely quality updates, and it is updates to areas that definitely needed them. And the other updates in these future update tiers are insane, and that is why I think we're really in a renaissance. The updates that we're getting are not only going to be some of the most wanted updates in the game, but they're also going to be some of the coolest and most unique things that Hypixel has made. Firstly, the Wizard Portal. I've talked about the Wizard Portal a lot. I've talked about it in so many videos. If an admin even changes an NPC to say one single different word about the Wizard Portal, I will make a video about it because I am so excited for this update. From what we've seen, I'm not going to go super deep into this in this video, but the API has a lot of stuff for the Rift that seem to only be present in the Rift, and that implies to me that we're getting some kind of roguelite type thing, where it's going to be a dungeons type thing where you're going to go in, kill enemies, get items, but it probably isn't going to have much progression from the main game. People aren't going to just come in with a Hyperion. Once again, this is me guessing, but it seems like a pretty fair guess when they're throwing Rift transferable on some of the API tags for items. So maybe we're going to get an update where every single person can enjoy it and have fun and progress in their own way, because if it has its own unique progression, I'm sure that you're going to see a bunch of people coming in here and playing it. But then the holy grail of updates, the one that everyone wants apparently, the foraging update. Foraging is still on the happening in a little while tier. It is not like the Wizard Portal, which is in the pretty soon tier, meaning it's probably out within the next 2 months here, but this update is pretty much a blank slate. Foraging is basically nothing right now. It is bare bones, just cutting trees. There's no progression in your axes. There's no progression in literally any aspect of foraging, so anything they do will be great. I'm sure some people think that it's just going to be a Dwarven Mines clone, but with trees, and that would be a decent update, but based on the quality of stuff that they've been putting out and the uniqueness, I guarantee that this foraging update is going to be so much bigger than people can imagine. The only few things we know about this island is that originally it was supposed to give the best cloaks in the game whenever you're foraging, and that it's going to have a twist that no one could guess. It's still going to be a core gameplay of cutting trees somehow, but they're going to have something unique. Maybe it'll be on the moon. Maybe it'll be... I don't have a guess. It's so open and it's so awesome because this skill is one of my favorite skills. I love it because I'm an insane person, but I understand why people don't like foraging, and I can't wait to get other people into cutting trees with me. We're getting updates in the areas we need them, we're getting quality updates, and we're getting them fast. That is all you need for a good game that could have a growing community again. Skyblock definitely isn't dead. I think saying that they're reviving the game is a strong word, but it's definitely not as lively as it used to be. It is not at its 60K a day average. Part of that can be attributed to quarantine and summer ending, but part of that's just because we weren't getting stuff, and now we are. are. So I can't wait to see the future of Hypixel Skyblock. I think it is a great time to get into the game. I think it's a great time to be a Skyblock player in general. Everyone should pretty much be excited for what we have coming, because it's actually coming. It's not just something that they're gonna make false promises of. It's not the Abyss update. It's not the Crimson Isle where we're waiting 9 months. No, they're coding things, and they're coding them quick, and I could not be happier. Let me know down below what you guys think about the updates that we've been getting in Hypixel Skyblock. We're getting a lot of them, and I think it is so exciting, but I gotta upload so much. It's actually such a pain. Every day I wake up in fear that I missed an update getting thrown on the alpha. So that's gonna be it for the video. Hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you in the next video. Peace out.